How's it going, everybody? Today we're gonna finish up what I started last stream. I'm gonna finish up my live rig with my ATEM Mini Extreme random live stream. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another random live stream where you never know what's gonna happen, where you have no clue what to expect. Sometimes poor stream, sometimes good one. We actually had a good one last Sunday where I set up part of this lovely backplate of my new rig. You're gonna see, you guys are gonna see a lot more of it in a few minutes. I also got a bunch of new toy in the mail today. Last week, theoretically Sunday was last week. Last week we set up fixed a few amplifier from the QSC K12 series, the old one, not the K12-2, K12 OG. We fixed 2 of the power amp live on stream. I'm still waiting for parts for amp number 3 that needs to be fixed, but today, this is not what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about backplate for my new live rig for my ATEM Mini Extreme. We're gonna have a bunch of things in that rack. We're gonna have, let me present you $200 of nitric pass-through connector, HDMI nitric connector. We're gonna install that. I just got that today. We're gonna have a lovely M1 Mac Mini that's gonna end up on a shelf in a rack. I'm gonna show you the rack later. We're gonna build that basically for my video rig. I found a really cool case on the used market for it, and it makes me pull the trigger basically to buy a new kit. And funny enough, I had a story last week on the why I was motivated to do that, and yeah, found the case, found some really cool backplate that I had in stock, and this is what we're gonna do together today. We're just gonna build that stuff. We're just gonna have a good time building some panel, IO panel. We're not gonna do, we're not gonna solder the XLR in the back because I need this kit for a gig tomorrow, but I don't need to do sound with it. That's gonna wait for next week, or actually Tuesday or Friday. Probably Friday. Friday I'm gonna do a lot of online lessons, and in between I'm gonna have time to take the soldering iron out. We're gonna wire that plate up. So today is a practice. We're just gonna finishing up all the HDMI in the bottom, 2-color HDMI by the way, and we're gonna make sure that we have, you know, stuff ready for part 2 of building that plate, or part 3, because theoretically we started last week. Let's just go. How you guys doing? Anybody live having question in the chat? Feel free to answer. Feel free to put them down below. It's going to be a pleasure for me to answer those as much as I could. I don't have all the answers in the world, but sometimes I do. So make sure to say hi. Make sure to be in the chat with us, and let's get started. All right. Just gonna make sure that we get everything here. That window is good. By the way, we're back on Twitch. Twitch people, we had a bug where I thought I was streaming on Twitch, but actually I was not. Hello, Fanny. I was not streaming on Twitch, even I thought if I thought I was. Problem of encoding that OBS didn't give me any error from, so I thought I was live on Twitch, but I was not. Now we're back. Encoding is fixed. Let's move right back to it. Good to see you, Twitch community. Let's dive into this stuff. All right, moving on to this right here. Top view, answering question, having a good time. So I debated a little on how we should build this. I think the way that makes most sense is for me to have my 2 outputs here. We're gonna have my 8 HDMI for camera, network. I'm probably gonna have another network here on top, but basically this is the plan for now. We're gonna have a couple of empty spots. Maybe I can just leave those open, or maybe I'm gonna blank them. Also, yeah, we're gonna have power. The power situation is something that really matters to me. We're probably gonna build together a power con for this thing, and let's just keep rolling. Let's just start to install some lovely HDMI port. I should debate. Should we put... Hold on, let me do it the right way. Should we put the shorter end of the HDMI at the bottom or at the top? I think it will make more sense to have it at the top. So let's get started. Small screwdriver, screws. Everything's screwed down here. We're gonna have the HDMI going this way, and we're just gonna have fun. I love doing rack when I actually have time. Let's be honest here. I'm doing it, I don't want to say in a rush, but because I need it for tomorrow. It's gonna have to be done today. Otherwise, I like to spend my free time doing rack stuff. Am I weird? Up for you to judge. But I'm totally assuming that. Do we have the right... I think I don't have the right one. Hold on. Having the right tips with those screw, they're so small. Like, nope, that's definitely too big. Okay, that was the right one. Alright. We're just gonna keep going on that rack. We're gonna have... Basically, the setup is going to be 8 HDMI to replicate the back of the ATEM Mini Extreme. The reason why I want to replicate it is the ATEM physical is not that strong. What I mean is on the unit itself we have HDMI port, but they are not super solid looking. And when I say solid looking, I'm talking about having someone that you don't know plug in HDMI in the back of it and don't care because it's not their gear. To me, well, it's my gear, so I care and I'm really careful of what I'm doing. But HDMI ports are fragile, and the connector on the ATEM are also fragile, so I'd rather have connector. And the reason why you want to have connector is basically to protect that investment, because fixing, each of these ports is about $25 each, but fixing an ATEM is worth way more than having the $250 patch panel here for HDMI. I know it's a lot of money, but sending it, not having it for a show, is more expensive than basically buying this. So buy once, cry once, don't get your ATEM fix, and get your stuff ready for the next gig, because that way I know. Worst case scenario, I have a broken connector, it's gonna cost me 25 bucks. Probably gonna bill that to the person that break it. If it's me, it's me. If it's somebody else, well, they will get the invoice to get a new connector, and I just have to replace the connector. I don't have to fully replace my ATEM Mini Extreme, or send it for 2 weeks, getting it fixed. And the shop that do offer services on the ATEM are not that common. I don't want to say there's none, I'm just going to say there's not that many. Blackmagic is sadly known for not really fixing stuff. It's kind of throwaway mentality here, which I'm not a fan of, but they make so good product and at such an affordable price that I think I'm willing to just taking great care of it. And at the end of the day, for what it's worth, it's gonna be a win-win. If I take great care of it, I won't have to fix it, so it won't break. How you guys doing? Are we good? Are we good on YouTube? Just want to make sure that we're good on YouTube. Yeah, some people showed up on YouTube. Alright. I don't usually stream at that time of the day. And I don't usually stream on a Tuesday. So this is probably why not a lot of you guys are there. But it doesn't matter. We can have a great time. Like I previously said, if the great painters of all time, Bob Ross, did 20 seasons of him painting, talking to a camera by himself with 2 camera angles on a black background, I can probably pull this off. So, okay, here's the black one that we're gonna keep for the outputs. They're gonna go the last 2 here. We're gonna go for this one here. A lot of plastic. That's the thing that I don't like when I'm doing connector is, as much as I like my Nutric connector, they all come they all come individually wrapped into plastic. And I know it's going to protect the connector. And I'm not going to say it's not protecting it. But I feel like a little bit of a ecological disaster every time that I'm doing connectors like this. But it has no corrosion on it. It's in great looking shape, you know, front, back, no scratch, no nothing. It's just a matter of, I wish they could do something, maybe wrap it in paper. I don't know. Paper is, I believe, a better option. It's not moisture resistant, but pretty sure they could ship it in a big box, and that box could be in a single bag, so we can save the future, one plastic bag at a time. Agreed or disagreed with me? I still purchase those damn connectors. So, yeah, let's go do some racking today. The plan for now, because it can always change, the plan for now is to have this rack at the back. I'm gonna have a couple shelf. Still thinking about my plastic bag in the ocean, apparently. I'm gonna have a couple shelf, and on those shelf, I'm gonna have my ATEM Mini Extreme. On the other side of that shelf, I'm gonna double screw down that rack plate. So it's gonna be on top of the mounting screw of the shelf, where it's gonna have the ATEM Extreme. Everything is gonna be directly connected straight to it. And on top of that, we're gonna have the special thing that is next to me. I don't know if it's a good unit or not. I've read review online. I've trust YouTuber. We all know how much we should trust YouTuber, right? I trusted a YouTuber that were under a sponsorship deal with these guys. So it's gonna be a 50-50. It's gonna be hit or miss. I think we're gonna be good. I think we're gonna have a good time. From what I've read, the spec that I've, find out on those units is gonna be fine. And of course, here I'm talking about the Feel World 2x7-inch screen, and apparently it's way better than the Blackmagic one. Apparently this one is a truly full HD, where the Blackmagic one is not even 720p screen, so they kind of suck. Where this one apparently is cheaper as SDI and HDMI pass-through, and it's full HD. So better, cheaper. I don't know about stronger, but definitely better resolution and cheaper in price, it's worth giving it a shot. If not, well, I'm gonna send it back. I'm gonna get back my money from Amazon within 30 days. But I think we're gonna be good. The review that I saw of this unit were towards the good side. You know, it has 4.5 star on Amazon, so we'll see. But usually it's a good sign of a product being bad. But again, this is Chinese affordable video stuff, so maybe it's gonna be good. Or maybe they fake the review. I don't know. It happens. Some people fake the review on their Amazon listing. You don't really know what you can trust on Amazon these days. Alright, time to go black. For the last two here. Apparently review on Amazon are flood right now because people are buying fake review, or they apparently fake the item. What I mean is they gotta put an item on the page that is really affordable, really good, and I don't know, like Little Mermaid coaster. And they're gonna replace the price, replace the product, replace everything, and they're gonna sell something that has to do with electronic. So when you look at the review, it doesn't make any sense because it's not the right product, but they updated the price, the description, the picture. Basically, they replaced the ad without replacing the ad. So they give you a fake, you know, fake review, fake historic on the product. So can you really trust those review? No, you don't. I don't know if it's the case here. I don't think so. But for some people, I know they got. They got real good. We'll see. We'll see if this is the case. As far as I understand, it's not. We'll be happily surprised together, and if it's good, I think I'm gonna order a new one. Right now, what I have in that rack for the computer that you guys saw right there, the M1, as a control computer and content creation computer, meaning I can do a lot of stuff with it. I can stream with it. I can do some playback. I can do some OBS stuff with it. It's always fun to have a somehow powerful computer in a video rig if you want to do some really tricky stuff, or you want to do, hold on, I'm doing some really tricky stuff here with screw, and I want to screw in, not screw up. So alright, look at this. Wow. Ain't that beautiful? My two outputs, my 8, 3, 6, 7, 8 input for the ATEM. Probably this one's not going to be plugged in. It's probably going to be the computer coming back in. USB. I only have one. I wish I could have a USB-C, but for now that's going to be it. I'm gonna have an extra RJ45 in there that I'm gonna plug in just in case I ever need an output for another device, because I have a switch in that kit. I'm gonna add this in for another device if I want to get out of that rack. My little 5-port switch is gonna do my, I think I need to have one for my screen here. I think it does work over network. I'm gonna have one for that. Should I go like this, or should I go with the cover on top? Meaning exactly this. You can do on those pass-through connectors, something like this, and you can fit back the ring here on top. No, I like the aesthetic of having everything inside the plate, so we'll do it the other way. Maybe if it was black. Maybe if I paid a little extra $1 for a black connector, but no, that's gonna be it. Yeah, I like that better. Anyway, those ports will be connected to my dumb switch that I have in there. 5-port dumb switch. One is connected to the ATEM, the other one's connected to the computer. One's going to be connected to the port in the bottom here, that one there, and we're gonna hold on. We're gonna make sure to have this one connected too, so it's basically gonna be full. And I'm gonna have a way in, a way out of that switch if ever needed. I may just blank these for now, or I may look at what I have in stock to see if there's anything that I can put in here. Let's go take a look. It's been a while since I've dived all the way down that bag. Hey, connector. So, XLR, no, SDI we have. Actually, I'm gonna put 2 BNC connection here. Those are done because in the back of the monitor I have BNC connection. So I think that's gonna be it. I have fiber, but I don't think I'm gonna ever need fiber in that way. So let's see what's going on. BNC, male, BNC. I'm basically hoping for a USB connection that could have been lost here in the whole bag. XLR and network, I think I have everything that I need. If I also ever find a network, I can put that back in. XLR. Headphone. I don't think I need 2 headphones. And this one. Fiber. This one was an XLR. BNC, XLR, BNC. That's pretty much all I have. BNCs, XLR. Nope, nothing to be seen here. Okay, you know what? Do I have another chassis? Female? No. If I had another female chassis, I could have put that for a PowerCon, but nope. And I don't need those. Alright. I'm just gonna bag swap these things right here. Getting clear bag's gonna be better than that old Amazon one. It's gonna go to recycling. That's gonna go to recycling. And alright, we can zip that one in. And move on. We're gonna have 2 BNC on top of each output. Ain't that great? 2 here, and here. We're gonna go from the back. Gonna make them look better. I'm looking at the size. It doesn't really matter. Okay. We're gonna get that going. And I may just use a blank in the last one. Alright. Gonna get there. Is the chat bug? Or you guys are just really quiet tonight? Usually you guys are a little more active in this. But hey, that's what it's like being a small YouTube channel. Do I have come on. Is my chat ninja broken? Maybe I'm gonna do a refresh of that. There we go. I'm gonna refresh the stream chat. All right. Moving on. Okay. Let's finish that up. And the fun's gonna start. We're gonna start mounting some gear into the rack. And I'm gonna show you guys the rack, which I really love. It's a really good looking one. I'm really happy of the deal that I had for it on Marketplace. I'm a huge fan of finding used stuff on Marketplace. I love give stuff a new life if it's good. I mean, I'm like most people. I don't like garbage, but man, if I can find a sweet deal on something and give it a new life, that makes my day. Oh, come on. It's always hard with these to get them in the right place. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on my screwdriver here, that little nut. Put it here. I'm gonna drop it in that hole right there, and I'm gonna use the table. Sorry if you guys don't see it, but I'm gonna use the table to drop it there and just thread the screw from the bottom. And I think we'll be good to go. But these are hard. There we go. Cutting the screw from the bottom after dropping it was the way to go here. And I can just hold it, screw that down. We're good. Anybody here ever watch Billy LaGuardia? It's the kind of stuff that he's showing in his channel. If you guys are a fan of case building, he's basically grew up, as I understand, in a case manufacturing facility. His whole family is into case making in the States, so he's got really good knowledge of that. He's also touring as a sound engineer, and I'm kind of in the same boat where I didn't grow up in the industry. No one in my family is even remotely close from the music industry, but I spend my whole life pretty much doing stuff like that. So I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time building a rack. Can you believe? Some people will call me crazy. Other people will say, "Hi, Guillaume." Alright, this one's gonna be tough. I think I can drop the screw here, or I may have to remove the other one. I'm gonna have to remove that RJ45 connector, because otherwise I have too much stuff in the way. But that's the easy one, so alright, let's go. I'm holding it with my finger on the back, and we're good to go. Those screws are so small. Right there. All right. We're pretty much done with that plate. We're just gonna put back that RJ45. It's gonna look amazing. And it's gonna show you what around, hold on, let me count in my head. I know it's gonna sound stupid for a lot of you guys, but I didn't count how much a plate like that worth, just a connector and everything, but I have 250 Canadian dollar of HDMI connection on here, and this is probably half of it. Those Nutri connector are $5 to $6 each, depending on where you get them. Quarter-inch TRS is a little more expensive. I don't know about BNC, and I don't know about USB. But RJ45 are also $10. So there's about $400 with the plate worth of material here, just to make sure that I don't destroy and to make, you know, make it easy to plug in and unplug stuff. To me, that's crazy. That's crazy amount of money just to basically save your stuff. But ain't that beautiful? I love that. All right, let's put that in the case. We're gonna make some space here on the table. We're gonna clear out the screws and everything. I'm just gonna get my keystone jack back in. I might need those at home. By the way, I already have a rig that is built with keystone jack, and they are too fragile to be plug and unplug every day in the context of live shows. So as much as I didn't want to spend $400 on building those, on building that plate, it just makes sense, because otherwise I'm gonna break it, and it pisses me off way more to have that not working when I need it to. So having, you know, you put the jack in and it just like push inside the unit. Nope. That's not gonna happen anymore. So I think we're good with that tiny screwdriver. We may need that one here. We're gonna put those little rack screw here with my connection once again. I know I've put that back down about 10 times already. But all right. I can get that out of the way for now, and we're gonna start playing around with our case. First connection to go in. We gotta finish that power later. It's probably gonna be a last minute project. Velcro tape. Those of you who don't know, you can purchase Velcro for pedal board or other stuff like that at how do you call that? Fabric store? Yeah, fabric stores. You basically can get these by the foot, and they are way less expensive than buying those, you know, in package at whatever store that you usually purchase stuff. If you go, it's basically bulk buying for this. So yeah, all right, let's take a look at the case that I got. Let me bring you guys, I'm gonna put that on the floor here for now. Let me bring you guys here. Let's take a look at the beautiful case that I have. Somebody custom order these case from case design in Montreal or in Quebec City. Anyway, for rack synth. So basically, this is a really tall 11 space, but really narrow case, which is amazing because this is exactly what I need. I don't need a case that, you know, is too big, because I'm only gonna have a flat screen. Only gonna have a flat screen on one side, and I'm only ever gonna have a patch panel in the back. So we're gonna build into the rack like so. I'm gonna move that shelf on the top for now. This is where we're gonna put our computer. And I have a shelf here that I custom cut. I just, you know, get the bandsaw and cut it out myself. Maybe I could move this thing here. I just got the bandsaw, cut it out myself, and I made the perfect depth shelf. So when I have the cover on it, it's gonna be sitting flush. I'm gonna have my ATEM mini Velcro to the front of it, and when I'm gonna open up the case, everything's gonna be there. There will be a 17-inch rack screen there, and on top will be the 3U Field World, and the screen will be on top of that. So I think it's gonna look good. If I ever need to, I'm gonna cut down those little side here for that panel. Not really a problem for me. Let me see what's going on here. Do I have screw lining up? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So I'm gonna. Can I do this? Can I do it this way? Hold on. Let me move that Mac Mini out of the way. Can I make it so you guys see something? I think I can do this. All right. I'm gonna put that on the table. And you guys, oh, do I fit or not? I think I'm gonna have to drill down one part of that shelf. Yep, I'm gonna have to do a. Actually, is it fitting right here? Do I have a hole? Let me take a look here. Let me take a look at what's going on. Let me show you guys. We're just gonna bring that back up. Okay. Let me show you guys what I'm dealing with here. I have my shelf, and it's a 3U shelf. This is exactly what I need, or it's a little on the big side for it. And I have rack mount screw here and here. So those fits no problem. I'm gonna drop that plate in, and I'm gonna match the first screw, because this plate is a 2U. I'm gonna match the first screw, and we can screw those together, because I want that plate to be the back, the other way around actually, but I want that plate to be the back of the shelf, so stuff's not gonna fall out if they ever need to. But I want to make sure, and I'm gonna do a little mark here, that if I drill through this hole right there, and I do the same thing on the other side, and I drill down this hole right there, which will take me about 5 seconds with a drill bit, and I probably have all that stuff really nearby. If I'm moving that out, and I'm gonna mark the other side here, if I'm moving that bottom shelf out, do I have a screw hole lining up with my back plate? I almost don't. So I'm gonna need to drill. I'm I'm gonna need to drill both plates. So I'm gonna need to drill a little hole here just so I can fit it. I know it's in the bottom of the screen, but just so I can fit it here. And I'm gonna need to drill, hold on, am I in the right one? Yeah, I'm gonna need to drill just a little bit out of that one so I can physically make those all line up and make that rack mount pretty much good to go. So give me 1 second here, guys. I'm gonna get the drill bit and we're gonna make sure that this is going in. All right. Drill bit. I'm debating if I should go with just this one and drill a hole. Yeah, we're gonna go with that taper drill bit, and maybe we can even start with a smaller one just to make it easy on the step drill bit. But I can definitely make this thing work. All right, so we're gonna start drilling here. We're gonna start with that little shelf. My mark is, I know it's gonna be off by a little, so I'm just gonna drill on top of my mark here and I should be good to go. Definitely that drill bit has seen better days. There we go. And we're gonna do it another time here. We don't need to do much on this one because it's gonna be, you know, I'm gonna use the step drill bit after that. I just want to make sure that I get that all right. All right. All right. Step drill bit time. I think this one is going. Let's go. That should be good. Good and clean. Same thing for the other one. I'm going for 2 steps on the drill bit. All right. I'm gonna do a quick test fit. Oh, sorry guys. I'm probably filming the top of my head by doing that, right? Okay. Let's do a quick test fit here at the bottom. Hold on, let me move that camera a little bit. There you go. Quick test fit here. This is lining up almost perfectly, and if I can make it line up with this, yeah, I'm just gonna need to basically those oval shape here hole, if I can just push it that way a little bit and make it round, it should be good to go. So it's gonna be step drill bit, and I'm gonna try to not make a fool of myself live on the stream and just grind on it. That's aluminum, so it's really easy to, it's way easier, I should say, to drill into it than metal. The shelf was made of metal, so. All right, I think that should be good to go. Did we make that fit? That's perfect. That's perfect. I'm gonna try it with some screws, but I think we're close enough to make it work. All right. Let me grab some rack shelf screw. Oh, that's a screw that are included with another accessories. I don't know if they are the right size. I don't think they are. I think they are. Are they 832s? I think they are. Okay, yes they are. But are those for my screen, or is it just? Because I have the bigger one that goes with a rack nut, and I don't know if you guys ever build with rack or not, but you have two standards of screw. The computer world is a little bigger than what we use in the live world for some reason. So you know what? I'm not gonna use these for now. I'm just gonna go grab some that I have around. I have plenty left from my monitor rig that I have with the wing, so I'm probably gonna use those. If you give me a minute here, I'm just gonna grab those. I didn't thought I would need those. This is why I'm not prepared. Give me a second, guys. We'll be back. All right, bunch of screw. And we're gonna get that going. I'm so happy to finally get that rack together. It's been a long project. I've always wanted to do it, and I never took time. So today is the day where we get things done, and I love getting things done. Keep this one here as a spare. It's a little different than the other, so all right. I always like to start the screws by hand when I'm dealing with stuff that is custom like this, because you never know, like, if things gonna be too crooked to fit together. But judging from what I see, it's gonna go. It's gonna go in. Perfect. Screw in a tiny plastic washer, and we're good to go. This one, I can use my way too long drill bit for it. There we go. Oh, that's tight. That feels good. Perfect. Perfect. Did I say it was perfect? It's perfect. I love that thing right here. Little washer give me a hard time. Okay. Well, time to put this thing here. Oh, metal shards everywhere. Hold on, let me clean my desk a little. It's full of metal shards. You don't want to get that into your hand or either your foot walking around. I'm gonna be careful and I'm gonna make sure to clean the place afterwards. Alright. So, that's the shelf. I basically made a box where we're gonna have the ATEM stick here at the front, all the connection here at the back, so I don't have to plug or unplug everything, and nothing's gonna move. That's the whole point of having this rack. I don't want anything to move when I'm playing around with it. You know, connecting, unconnecting stuff. I want my screen here at the front. I want my ATEM at the bottom. I want to have my triple 3 rack space, not triple, 3 rack space, double screen there. And if it's good, I may replace the 15-inch screen by it, because I think it's gonna look better to have just 2 like 3 space thingy here. That's gonna be the rack mount for the screen. This is a random or a generic plate that you can mount any screen into rack here's. Those are rack here's. I'm just gonna put that on top for now. And I think we can do, okay, hold on, I think we can do this. Might sound a little boxy for you guys, but close enough for me to do a unboxing of that thing. There is almost no information on the internet, so I should do a video about it maybe. Alright. This is the Feel World Dual 7-inch 3 rack unit, high resolution LCD rack mount monitor. What do we have in the box? Dual LCD triple rack mount monitor. Hey, look at that. Connection in the back is HDMI pass-through. I don't have the one with the SDI, but I don't know what the CVBS is. And I don't know if I'm going to use it, because to be honest, I'm only planning on using that kit with HDMI. But if I ever want to in the future, well, maybe I can buy another one with HDMI and SDI. It's a little bit more expensive. Oh, we got some accessories here. Hold on. Let me get that out of the way. If we plan on getting a little more, oh, actually, yes, there is a LAN input. I don't know what I can do with it. But look at this amazing screen. Wow. I love it. If it's a full HD, I think I'll be good to maybe run a computer with it. Might be a little small, so ATEM Extreme, yes, ATEM Extreme. It's not there yet. Give me a minute. Let me unbox everything. This is a power adapter. That's gonna go like so. Hi, Charlie. Good to see you, man. the ATEM is on the way. Give me a minute. USB to B or USB to female to micro. I don't remember which is mini and which one is micro, but the one that we need for the screen. So if I ever want to plug it in, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use my connector. Oh, interesting. DB9 to basically Bear or Phoenix connector. Maybe you can do some GPIO stuff with that thing. Really interesting. Maybe I can do the tally. We'll see. We're gonna RTFM, and we're gonna probably have answer to our question. His what do we have in the manual here? Forward. Thank you very much for purchasing our 7-inch dual rack mount monitor. Please read this manual carefully before using the unit. May have a great experience. Okay, caution. Please use the adapter. Attach any accessories if necessary. Please use qualified adapter. So we're gonna take a note on what that is. If we can maybe get that replaced at some point in the future with a smaller one or a powered one. Please do not store this unit in too cold or too hot humid place. Please keep the monitor away from strong light while using this product to ensure the image effect in long-term reviews. Okay. Please avoid heavy impact or drop into the ground. Sure. What else? Please do not use chemical solution to clean this product. Wipe the monitor with clean soft cloth to maintain the brightness. Okay, no adjustable component in the monitor. Please do not take apart or repair by yourself. Yeah, sure. But I don't think there's much to do it. Key features, 7-inch dual. Okay, so it's 1920 by 1200 IPS panel. Good. 3 rack space suitable for news production, post-production, broadcast trucks, special vehicle video surveillance, and other field. Also maybe in your CSI, TV shows to show whatever stuff on it. Accurate full waveform analysis on monitoring, new menu interface, software introduction, support 3D LUTs. So yes, you can do color correcting on these things. That's a really great selling point if you don't know, because even if they are not perfect or calibrated from the factory, you can use a calibrator and load in your own LUT into it, so you can basically correct them, make your specific monitor being color accurate, so you can take color decision at least on that thing. Do they talk about the back of it? Remote control the monitor and menu function through Ethernet connection. So okay, that can be done. Parameters. All right. No. It has a 4-pin DC on the way in. It doesn't have any information about the mini jack. It says okay. It says tally indicator input port. So I'm gonna have to Google that. I'm not sure what I can or can't do with that thing. But all right, let's mount that into the rack using 4 screws. We're gonna hook all the powers up later. Do we have anything left in that box? No, it's gonna be just plastic bag. I don't think I need to keep the instruction, to be honest. That's it for now. For the foam, we're gonna keep the box at least for a while. Maybe it's broken or not working. And we're gonna put the rack down. Gonna move from the top. I'm gonna put the rack down and try to mount these somewhere that makes sense. And I cannot wait to fire that thing up. Next step will be the ATEM. So, all right. What's going on here? Oh, why is it crooked? Because I have a power con connected to it. All right. So, I think I'm going to put it as low as it goes. Like, I kind of don't want to follow the rack input. Or will I have to? I think I will have to. That's not going the way that I planned thing will go. So I think for now, the next step would be to get the ATEM, place everything together, and maybe this thing is not gonna fit in today because I want to make sure that I have the screen, and the screen I need 6 space to do it. So how many do I have from the top here? I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and almost 6. So if I can slide it under here and have the screen sitting just at the top, maybe I can make that thing work. Okay. Otherwise, if it's not fitting, if I cannot fit the screen on top here, I'm just gonna cut down the rack a little bit. I don't mind cutting the front, you know, next to the rail, because I don't need much space here to play around with the ATEM. Hold on. Okay, time for me to go get the ATEM. And the screen. So we're gonna put this on the side for now. And I'll be back in a second. Who doesn't like live stream, huh? Stuff moving around, long pause. And we're back. I know you guys want to see it. Here's the ATEM. Move stuff out of the way for now. So, I think the first thing that we need to do is make sure that this is out of the way. Right there. It's not touching the screen before anybody freak out. It's not touching the screen. I'm gonna use the top handle. And we're gonna finish to empty out my other case. This is the one where I had my ATEM in it. It used to do something like this. I had a custom plate built into it. You were opening it up and you had the ATEM here, but not practical anymore. I'm gonna need all those cables. Probably not that power bar. Maybe that totally legit. I don't know what you're talking about. Totally legit connection here. That is not a 5-to-1. You know, it's not using 5 connection into a single plug. Not at all. Come on. Alright. So yeah, we're probably definitely never going to use that, right? You know, that plug where I have my computer, my screen, all connected to one plug. The kind of stuff that doesn't make anybody freak out for no reason. Small HDMI, we're going to need that. All these RJ45 cable here. All that's gonna go away with me. And that's my little switch that's going to end up somewhere on the shelf. And that's all the HDMI that I was using. I have about 10 of those. And power for the ATEM. It's going to go here for now. USB-C to USB-C 2.0. That's about it for cable. We're just going to take the screen off of that box that I myself build. It's basically a VESA mount that I took and drilled there. I'm gonna undo some screws here. And I have a stopper, so I cannot screw too far in the screen before you guys freak out about it. I build it so I calculate the space that I need for the screw. There is some washer. I'm going to show you guys as soon as we get in. I'm going to open that up. I'm going to hold the screen so it doesn't fall face first inside the case. I'm going to try not to film the top of my head. That one's good. Not filming the top of my head, I said. And here we go. Last one. And the screen is free. VESA mount with screw. It's all gonna go back into the new case. So, if you guys want to know what I did, I took a VESA mount and I've screwed or drill through the top of the case, and I used some screw with some stopper washer, so that way I can have the screw in the case not being too far out, not going out either. And that screen old there for about a year and a half. It was not pretty, but it was doing the job. Now this case is going to be back being just a regular toolkit. Put my name on it. I'm gonna eventually clean it up. And now what we need to figure out is how I'm gonna get the screen mounted to that thing. And after that we're gonna play around with, cables. How am I gonna get that thing mounted properly? I think we can start by doing this. I think I can change the angle for you guys. I think it's gonna be a little bit better if we go like this. All right. So that's what we got to work with. I know that I want to get the screen at the top. Viewing angle is going to be better. It's just going to be, less neck crooked looking at the screen. So I need to figure out how to mount the screen first. So let me get that out of the way. I'm going to put the screen face first on the table. Make sure there's no metal shard in it. And this is just a small Dell. It's a P2219H. Did I order the right one? Yes, it does. Actually, does it fit in the case? I think we have a problem here. I think I've done something wrong. And we may have to DIY something real fast. This is a 19-inch screen, and it should fit inside the case. No problem. Actually, let me do this. It's fitting inside the case, but it's barely fitting inside the case. So I don't know if I did the right thing by purchasing that rack mount rail for it. Maybe it's not gonna fit. Maybe I will have to DIY a plate myself to make it work. The good news is I will save 45 bucks on the rack, but the bad news is I'm gonna have to DIY a solution because I love that screen and it's barely gonna fit. So I don't know. Let me take a look at the mounting kit that we have for that thing. Maybe it's not gonna be good. So the ATEM's gonna be there. Good. Worst case scenario for tomorrow, we have this, and if needed, I can use an iPad as an external mounting. But I think the way that this thing is made, I cannot go oversize. I think I have to use a 19-inch setup. Or can I mount it from the back? I try to figure out how to do this. I can get that here. No, actually, I can make it work. I can make it work because it doesn't matter if the screen is wider than this. Okay, I can probably make it work. Is it gonna stand? It can go in the back. Okay, I can make it work. No, it's perfect. I'm gonna make it work. I was scared for a second here, but that 19-inch screen fits barely in that rack mount. Like I can pretty much just slide a guitar pick on each side. But you know what? It's perfect. I get the full real estate. We don't see the railing. I love it. We're gonna get that mounting kit put together first. And as soon as this is ready, we're gonna mount the monitor to it, and we're gonna go as high as we can go to the top, and it's gonna look amazing. Maybe if I had a 12U case, could have been a little better. All right, so we got this. We got the rack mount railing. They gonna go. Okay, let me clear out some stuff. Screen, you can go away for now. Case, you can go away for now, but I'm gonna make sure that I don't drop the ATEM in it. This one's gonna sit on top of it for the next few minutes, and we're gonna build that rack mount case. All right. I'm gonna try to make this interesting for you guys. No guarantee. Also, I have a rack mount power bar that I need to put in that kit. So we'll see what's going on with that. So this is this for the rack mount kit? Or the ear rack, I should say. That's way too big. What I believe where the rack screw is, I believe actually what we need. Or is there another smaller screw? I don't think there is. I just think I suck at screwing these things. Okay. The way that I want this thing to go is something like this. I want to get them. Why is it not going in? Is it going to be tight? Okay, it's really tight. Okay, so I want that in, and I want that push as far as I can. I want the screen basically to go sit next to it. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. I may have to measure and do it a couple times. I'm gonna get this going first. I'm gonna split the screws. I need 8 screws, or I'm gonna put all the screws that are the same together first. Rack here, I don't need those. Rack here, I don't need those. I should have 8. Big one and a small one, which I do. And that's it. I don't think that washer is gonna be good. It's halfly made, or you know what, we're gonna use it. Okay, I think I can get that going with this thing here. Screwdriver and a lot of hope. Can I get this going? Okay, oh yeah, and it's tight. When I, oh yeah, it's reassuringly tight. Like, it's not gonna unscrew by itself. I'm gonna bring it almost to the point of touching. That's amazing. We're gonna do the same thing for his friend here. Alright. Screw it in, screw it in. Alright. Oh, come on. Reassuringly tight. Depth is about good. We'll see. I think I'm gonna just dry fit it in the case, see how far I can have this thing pushed back. And I have a little adjustment also on the height of the screen, so I'll be able to put it in the rack, right rack space, height, push it up or down, and push it as far as I can towards the edge of the rack, moving it like this, you know, that out. And I'll be able to take it out, tightening it down here, and we'll be good to go. It's tight, for real. I think I'm gonna have to screw it down first. All right. This right here, this right here, you guys are quiet tonight. Charlie, you still there, man? How you doing? How you doing? Man, I'm having a hard time with these screws. It's to the point where I don't know if the tolerances are good, or did I put something backward? But no, to be honest, I think we're good here. Okay, you there? Thank you, man. Thanks for the support. Thanks for watching. Hope you're. This is the boring part, I know. Like, I'm putting a rack mount screen mount together. It's not the craziest, most unbelievable thing that you've seen today. It's not gonna get my viewership up. But I think you're gonna happy when you guys see the rack. It's seriously gonna be good looking. But man, the tolerance on these rack. It's a triple light, rack mount. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong here, but to be honest, it seems a little too tight. Like to my mom's not in IT, but my mom would say it's not cut correctly. Oh man, I feel like I've got this cross thread, but it's not. And no, actually it's backward. I did something wrong. I did put something backward. Did the rack here backward. Man, this is tight. I don't think it's gonna change anything. The fact that the rack here is on the other side, but we'll give it a try. Hey, Pancho! How you doing, man? It's been a while. Saw that thing pop in? The other side's gonna be rough, but I think it's gonna go. We're building the ATEM Mini Extreme full rack mount, where I'm gonna have the ATEM in the bottom. I'm gonna have a full computer screen at the top for a Mac Mini M1, and I'm also just added this Feel World 1080 by 1200 screen. That's gonna be my preview basically for what I output. So output 1, output 2, and the computer is gonna be the computer is gonna be displayed on the base screen. Did I get my virus stores from QSC? I don't know what you're talking about. The resistance, the part that I changed, I didn't have to change it. I just, hold on, I'm gonna pop that one in. Okay, it's a little crooked. This is why I'm having a hard time. It's a little crooked. Nothing a Gerbert cannot quickly fix. There we go. Hey, perfect, like brand new. Still feel like I'm cross-threading those screws, but hey man, now it's just sitting where it should be. Alright. Well, that's good looking. I'm gonna have the screen on this side, the rack here on this side. I'm gonna push the screen back in, I'm gonna take it out, screw the two side there, and should be good to go. I'm gonna adjust the front after that. It was broken. It's not a cap. Actually, it was just a leg that was broken on it. So I shortening it, and I shortened the other side and just solder it back in, and it worked. It's been working fine. I tried that speaker today, and it was working just fine. So it was just a broken leg in that cap, or that varistor. So it's a variable resistor, right? That part I fixed, basically. Okay, I may have a problem that I'm just realizing now. I think I'm screwed. Not in a good way. I don't know if I have the screws to go on the back of that screen, and that can be an issue. Rack mount screws, always good to have. Little caps that I can probably drop on the 4 screw that I'm going to use to fix that screen as. Okay. Now it's going to be the trick part. I'm going to have to find some screws for this. And the one that I have in the case, I know for a fact, are way too long. and I don't have any way to cut them. So right now what I need to do is, interesting, how I'm gonna do this. I need to do this, and I'm gonna need to be able to screw it back in. So I think what I need to do is measure this, screw this from the front of the rack, and screw the screen from the back. So I need to push it all the way down. Open that up a little bit. Is it a common problem if you work at QSC? Can you tell me, Pancho? Is this something common? Do those parts usually break? I don't think it's that common, because actually, funny enough, the three units that I have had all three different problems. So it's a good thing. If you know nothing about electronic repair, the fact that it's three different kind of problem on the same unit mean you don't have a defect that is always there. Yes, it's common. Okay. Oops. Don't listen to me. Don't mind. Don't listen to what I said. Where were you at? It's to protect surge. Okay. So that unit is. I don't know if it was surge. Could it? I don't think it could break a leg if it was, overpowered, right? It would have maybe explode or do something, but I tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think power surge could physically broke the leg off of it. And now you can also say that you saw pretty much anything doing repair on these things, and I would believe you. But for some reason, I think physical damage cannot be done by, well, other than just burning everything, by power. Or not that time. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Okay, close enough for rock and roll. I can screw that in. Where am I gonna find those screw? That's a little scary right now. I don't want to wake up early and go to the hardware store. No, it's vibration? Probably. That's gonna make sense. All right. Okay. I'm gonna need to find the screen screws. And I'll be able to probably do something like this, or doing it one U down. It's probably gonna be the way to go. Alright, give me 1 second, guy. I'm gonna hunt down screws. I'm an adult, so I have a pot of like stuff that I know I'm gonna need one day, and today might be the day where those screws gonna be used. And I think we have a winner. You know, a bag with a bunch of screw that somehow seems like the one that you would put on the back of a screen that has two sides. I just hope they reach. Oh, they barely reach, but I'm probably gonna force it down. Okay, they reach. Oh yeah, I'm gonna push down on them. Okay, it's the vibration that kills them because that's why they silicone them in. Okay, makes sense. So the one that I repair and I took the silicone off, it's probably gonna be weak. Okay, I got screws. That's an awesome news. Can I do this? Yes, I can, and I can screw it down. I can screw it down on the frame, so I know this is gonna be tight, but eventually I think this is gonna be a good scenario to use blue Loctite. But let me try this. Yes, sir! That's good. That's really good news. The base, yeah, okay. The it's basically not the people dropping the box. It's basically the people using the box. Like the low end, at some point is gonna affect the vibration because yeah, they keep vibrating. When you're thinking about it, it's a power amp, like directly attached to a speaker. So of course it's gonna vibrate a lot. All right, 4 screws. Thank you, me, for saving those screws from years ago and thinking that I would probably never need them, but today is the day where I need those badly. Do I have 2 model? Well, this one is slightly longer. All right. Now time to put this thing in the rack. I think I'm gonna need 1 U from the top. For that, I'm gonna put the screen away for now. I'm so scared of breaking something. Like, I don't want to break this. It will be a disaster if I break it. I'm just gonna save it away. There. That's gonna go here for now because we're gonna install it. And the way it's gonna be installed, it's gonna go from the front here. Hold on. I don't want to lose any of my precious screw, and I've already lost one apparently. We're gonna find it. Okay. So what I want to do is getting the rack from the front. Something like that. At the 1 U mark. So like this. Is that monitor for mixing station or for the wing? No, it's for this thing right here. This is gonna be a, oh actually you cannot see it. This is gonna be ATEM Mini Extreme video kit that I'm gonna, well, I'm using a lot. I do offer a lot of live stream services, and more people like ask me to do hybrid event. So basically I became a video guy. Like every sound engineer, and I'm gonna try not to fall on my face here. Like every sound engineer, I became a video guy. Because when you understand signal flow, you become really useful to the video guys, apparently. And I understand signal flow. So, okay, we're just gonna screw that in quickly. Can I do it from the other side, maybe? Do I have enough space to put the free world? Do I have 3 rack space here? I do have 3 rack space. Okay, so I'm gonna try to put it at the top and push the monitor a little lower, and having this one where I can fit it under the screen there. Yeah, maybe I can fit it there. Oh, it's gonna be tight. But basically I want to have my ATEM here. And I just cut myself on freshly cut steel. Nope. ATEM preview output on these things. And turning into a Sparky? Oh, come on. That's almost an insult. You should know better than that. Can't wait to see you turn into a GrandMA 3 user. Well, actually, I'm a GrandMA 3 user. Oops. Funny enough, my best friend, who has the same first name as me, is a light guy. So, we used to do an event together. Square G's. Running shows. Put that back in the case. Okay. Now is the part that's going to stress me a lot, because I'm going to have to take a screwdriver, put that in the back of the screen, not drop the screen at the same time, and not doing like a YouTube show where I drop, you know, stuff on screen. Let me see how it looks from your side. Do I have all my screws in? No, I don't. So I'm gonna need to drop that thing by 1U, and we should be good to go. But honestly, I like doing lights from time to time. It's not like mixing. I'm not as good as a light engineer or LD, because I never, you know, been an LD before. I never wanted to do lights or full-time lights. But when I first started, when I was 15, I worked by myself at a venue and I had to do sound. I was basically mixing and doing lights at the same time. So I've kind of been forced to do light my whole life. Drop that 1U. And actually doing video, once you realize it, it's a lot about doing lights. Light is the key. No one would like to talk about lights, but I've learned the hard way that I could have run this whole channel on an iPhone and not spend thousands of dollars on expensive Sony camera if I only purchased good light. Because I was stupid enough to thinking that the camera was the problem, where it was actually just the lights. I started with a GoPro, and I could have stuck with a GoPro to this day. Well, not really for the top screen view that you guys have right there, or not right now, but not for that top screen view, but otherwise, that could have been it. I could have made the whole channel work with just that for sure. Okay. So I've lost a screw already, the one that goes on the back. I'm gonna start with 3, and we gotta freak out afterwards. So let me do another test fit. Can we get that going? Oh yeah, awesome. Is it not aligned for some reason? For some reason it doesn't seem to be aligned, and I don't understand why. Maybe because, okay, I didn't get that right. Okay, 1 down. Screen should hold by itself. Gotta be really careful I'm gonna do the other one, the other side. That's good. That's good. 2 more. And I think we're gonna start to put the shelf in and maybe wire some stuff up. Man, it's looking good. I don't want to know what time is it. Because I need this rig to be done for tomorrow, and I have an event where I need it tomorrow. Where I need the mixer. I don't need the full rig to be fully working, but I need the mixer, the outputs, and ideally the computer, but I'm not forced to have that computer. I have other options. All right. Man, it looks good from the front. Hold on. Take a look at this. Huh? Not that bad. I definitely gonna have to be careful with the case when I'm closing that thing in, because it's gonna be really, like, it's really tight. Like, to the point where I kind of want to try to put the cover on, if I have the right one here. I think I do. I'm afraid it's not gonna close. Okay, I have a problem, but it's from the shelf in the bottom. So it's a 19-inch monitor. Okay, I'm gonna have to remove some foam, you know, foam on the bottom here, but it's doing it. It's doing it, and I can live without the foam at the bottom. But it's looking seriously good. Now, can I fit the FreeWorld 3 rack space under it? I don't think I can right now. I think I will have to cut down the side of the shelf here. Let me try this. No, it's never gonna fit. Okay, let me see. Maybe not today, but eventually I'm gonna have, how many rack space? I can probably make it fit on 1.5 rack space. So if I can cut down, you guys see the corner here? It's probably hard to see. I'm gonna put my hand. If I can cut down that corner here all the way to the rack mount, I can probably make that thing work, and I still have access to the knobs here next to the screen. So is that a full rack space? No, it's not. I can probably slide it under here just a tiny bit. Okay, not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Definitely can make it work. I'm gonna have the full screen here, the two preview there, but I can definitely make that work. And I don't think I even need to cut it like a full. Oh yeah, I would need to cut it a full step, and yeah, it's gonna be hard. Okay, again, I may have to drill into that thing here in the legs just to find a hole, find a second hole, because I don't want to run it on 2 screws, not like 2 screws from the top and having the bottom of it like flopping. Okay, so for today, we win a battle, but we didn't win the war. So I'm gonna make sure that I can make that rig usable for tomorrow, and we gotta call it a day. So that's gonna go here for now. I think I need to figure out where I'm gonna put my other shelf, because I need to have a MacBook or a Mac Pro rack mounted in there, and I have another shelf that I can probably put here that I may have to cut again. Where is that shelf? Where is that? Right there. And after that, 100 zip ties. Maybe not today. I think this is going to be a temporary setup. But let me see where I can put that shelf. If I can fit it here. Will it go? Will it go in? Will it go in if I'm sliding it under the screen mounting points? Okay, it's way too deep. Can I put it right there for today? No, it doesn't want to go there because of the screen, so I will have to cut that shelf too. All right. So, no computer in this for tomorrow, but I can still make it work. It sucked because I wanted to get a lot of things done, and which is gonna end up being functional, which is not a bad thing, but it's not what I want to do. Let me go grab the rack mount bar. Da-da-da-da. What is this? It's just a rack mount power bar. We're gonna mount that in the setup. I would like to tilt it in the front now, but I cannot really do that anymore. So we will have to work vertically. But the good thing is with that rack mount, it doesn't have the full size. Doesn't have the full size rack, so I can just put 2 screws, slide it in, tight it after, and we're gonna have power for the whole thing. And I'm just gonna need 4 screws for that. So many washers I'm probably never gonna use. All right. Drill, drill, drill. Where did I put the drill? Are you guys like me? Every time that you're doing a project, you're thinking like, oh man, I wish so bad that I knew where I put that. Where did I put the drill? Where did I put anything else? Okay. Should I go? Yeah, I'm gonna go at the top. I'm gonna go at the top. Sorry for the noise, guys. It's really close from the mic. I know. I'm really close from the mic, but the drill is too right now. How you doing, Mr. Edwin? Building up some racks. Having a good time building up some racks. I'm gonna put it this way because the power is on your left. Almost there, almost there. Do you guys think I should do a full, like, in-depth video with this thing? There's not many ATEM rig out there. Like, I tried at some point to get, you know, information about doing, like, ATEM rig, and no one seems to, like, have done a video other than some guy who sell ATEM rig, but I think I should do an in-depth video of that because I think it sucks that you guys don't have like the full detail. You know, I'm filming black stuff on black stuff with black, basically. Yeah, love building racks and also racks. Okay. I'm gonna consider that. For today, it's gonna be just like a work in progress. I want to get stuff done. I want to get stuff functional for my event tomorrow. So, not gonna be the prettiest, not gonna be the perfectest rig, but it's definitely gonna be functional. Is that an A10 rig? What is an A10? Are you talking about the ATEM? Like that. I'm gonna be careful not to show my phone number, but my ATEM mini rig. And yeah, nowadays having my face and my phone number on everything, it's not gonna be the coolest thing for the internet. I try not to get crazy people calling me at 3 in the morning. I don't know what you think of that, but to me, okay. For now, I gotta put a little piece of tape on it, so I will be able to show you guys. But yeah, it's an ATEM Mini Extreme. I love that thing. It's a really cool video mixer. It can do a lot. Video switcher, exactly. All right. It's a video switcher from Blackmagic Design. Yes, it is. Let me move that out of the way a little bit. Yeah, there we go. We can work together. No, not ATEM. ATEM. Excuse my French accent. Doing my best here. It's gonna go something like this. I think it's gonna look awesome. I think showing up on gig with this, other than it's gonna look better than what I had before. It's gonna look way better than what I had before. It's not fully extended out of the rack, but I think with hold on, let me grab the other screen. The Feel World. With the Feel World like this, all the way up, I'm just gonna have enough space to really control the ATEM, and that's gonna look amazing. It's gonna look freaking pro. I was about to swear. I don't swear on live stream. But that's gonna look really pro. With that screen under it, that's gonna replicate my 2 outputs, so computer, preview, and main out, or whatever I want. I can assign those however I want. I think it's gonna look great. I think it's gonna seriously look awesome. Thank you very much, Edward. But yeah, that, and I can probably get that thing powered up with you guys. We're gonna, even if it's not fully done yet, you know, I need to cut that thing here. Actually, I'm gonna mark it down while I'm here. Mark it down with a Sharpie. I will know that I need to cut that part down. If I'm just cutting an L bracket here for that. I'm gonna measure it to be sure, but no, I don't want to put it on rail because I don't want the ATEM to move, because all the connection in the back are really fragile. All the, you know, you have 8 HDMI, you have 2 output, USB-C is really fragile. Network's fine, power is fine, and I need to use 1/8 jack to do sound with that thing. But I don't want it to move because I don't want, you know, the connector to be stressed out in and out every time it goes in and out of the rack. That's the reason why I went with this rack fully custom with this here. It's gonna be connected to the patch panel. It's never gonna move. So I should not have any problem. Let me back up the camera just a little bit. Give you guys a better angle. See what's going on here. There we go. Better? Probably better. I'm gonna hate myself. I'm gonna really hate myself because I've just trashed the whole studio. There's gear everywhere. There is stuff everywhere. I'm gonna try not to show my phone number fully on the stream, and I'm gonna cover that up actually. All right, we gotta Velcro it down. I love Velcro for that kind of use, for like Velcro down, or if you want to have something that you don't want to move but you want it to, you want to be able to remove it at some point. Velcro is just amazing for that. Velcro it down. If you really push, like if I push my full weight on it, pulling it down, it's never gonna go out by accident. It's always gonna be there. And I did try. I've been using Velcro for, I think I bought that roll about 10 years ago to do like pedal board stuff when I used to play guitar in a band. And I never had any problem with Velcro going out. Want to make sure it's not too dusty under it. That sticker is never going to survive, but it's okay. Okay, come on. I don't have... And the thing with that Velcro is I don't have too many try. If it doesn't go in the first, max the second time, if I pull it out, it's never gonna go back in. Alright. One down, one on the front, one on the bottom. Bye-bye serial number. Ta-da! Velcro. Now we gotta do the same thing with female. That was the male side. I always like to have the female side on the bottom because first, if you ever remove something, it's not gonna, you know, grab air, dust, stuff like that. Not like I have much air to put into that thing, but it's always a good thing to have a clean surface to work with, and I'm gonna go just a little wider on the female side just to make it nicer to move it around if I ever need to, but I don't think I will ever have to take it out. Alright, that's one down. And I'm gonna show you guys how to get it right, because a lot of people ask me like, how do you make like Velcro sit at the right spot? Let me show you. That's the bottom. We'll make that like this. Where did I get that Velcro? Fabric store. Fabric store back in the day. I used to pay. It's sold by the meter here, so roughly by the yard. It used to be $3 a yard, and if you bought it in bigger bulk, you would get a discount. So this is basically what I did. The first one I'm gonna put down on the shelf, in the middle of the shelf. The second one we're gonna pull it from the ATEM. If you guys don't understand what I'm saying, you will in a few seconds. Want to make sure there's almost no dust here. I'm gonna go center. Sorry for being in the way. Alright, first one down. Second one, basically the second one, to make sure it applies correctly at the right height and everything, you just apply it to the unit that you want to stick down. Take the back paper off, flip it around, and I'm gonna line it up roughly where I want it to be, and I'm gonna push down on it. And that thing's never gonna move. I can almost lift the case with it. Amazing! Let me get some light, because I would like to see what I'm doing in there. Let me get some light other than my phone, because my phone would work, but it's not going to be fun. Okay, no, my phone's going to work. So now it's time to start with all the fun stuff, like HDMI cable for days. I bought in bulk, bulk HDMI cable on Amazon. Thank you very much, Pancho. I'm gonna leave those here and we're gonna start. Sorry guys, I'm gonna sound muffled for a second, but I'm gonna need to plug all those HDMI in, and I'll show you guys after how I did it. Basically I'm doing a twist on the cable. Is it clear how I'm doing it? No, not at all. It's way too far for you guys to see. Okay. I'm doing one cable and plug it in, and I'm twisting it around till it reaches the first port in the back. And that's way too far for you guys to see. But still, I'm gonna keep doing that motion of going in and around, in and around. Until I plug all 8 HDMI, and usually those clip from Neutrik, they have a retainer on it, so it should be hold tight in there. Oh yeah, so tight that I'm having a hard time putting it in. That's 2. That's gonna be 3. Can I do this? Yeah, it's not ideal for you guys. Sorry. That's the joy of working as a one-man solo YouTuber. If I was Linus Tech Tip and I had a team, I could have somebody. Actually, I could have somebody build it for me and do a video about it, or I could have somebody at least filming me doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bottom here, 5. Six, 7, 8. Okay, so I'm gonna do 6 in the 2 output only for now. I'm gonna get more cable eventually, or actually I bought a pack of 10, so they're probably somewhere. Like I never used them all, so I probably have somewhere a couple of those HDMI that I've been used, probably in a bag that I've needed just a quick HDMI to do a job. So that's going to be it for that and the 2 outputs. We're going to do output 2. Oh, come on. Come on. There you go. Output 2. Output 1. And 7 and 8 for now are going to remain unplugged because I don't have the cable, and most of the time I'm using my Mac as input 7 and 8, because the way I used to run that setup, I used to have only one screen, and I would use a preview to run my computer and alternate, because I have a lot of hotkey next to the ATEM. I used to run that with oh come on, I'm gonna say it. I used to run that with one screen and run everything from there. So I was using both output, not for streaming or to display video, but I was using it to control the computer and the stream. For now, I can just maybe leave 7 and 8 in there. Is that a good idea? Do I have already too many cables? think I have too many cables already. So I'm gonna leave that one here for now. And I don't know, I think I'm pretty much good to go for HDMI. I'm just gonna tighten that up just a little bit. It's gonna look fine. Anyway, as soon as I'm gonna have the field play monitor, the free world monitor here in front of it, it should be good to go. We won't see the cable. I don't even have to Velcro it down. All right. No, I'm gonna take this one out. I'm gonna take this one out for now. Eventually, I'm gonna have that switch, that little thing here, which is a 5-port dumb switch. It's the dumbest of the dumbest switch. It's just taking one cable in and split it, or it's a 5 cable that just connect together. That's usually the one that I have on my computer. I'm gonna find a place to maybe, you know, hide that on the side of the rack there. I don't need, it's gonna be probably Velcroed somewhere to the side where I'm gonna have space, and probably on that side because all the network stuff is on that side. But I'm gonna Velcro that to the side here and call it a day, pretty much. You don't need to do anything to it. It doesn't have an IP address. It's just taking one in and spit it out 4-way. So I'm probably gonna have some custom control, some custom cable to go along with that. What I want to do now is put the switch to the side because I don't need it for tomorrow, because I don't need to control the ATEM other. I just need a basic video switcher tomorrow, and if I need to play around with it, I got my laptop, so I can USB into it, you know, USB-C into it or network into it if I want to, and you know, just having a network cable. So I'm gonna put one there. Oh, you know what? Let's do it with a small cable. Let's patch that the right way. I'm gonna do the bottom one to the ATEM, and it's gonna go to the bottom here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Bottom one to the bottom of the ATEM. Where's the pin? Oh, the pin is at the top. All right. Small cable, not liking his life. It's probably going to be good because it's never going to move ever again. Or actually, it's not true. It's going to move to the switch eventually. But for today, we're good with that thing here. So yeah, I'm just going to set up the power for the screen and the ATEM. We can check it out, make sure it power up. I'm gonna use my not so kosher AC adapter here. Don't look at me plugging in it, so you won't have to suffer. Where's the power on that screen? Is over there. All right. What drives the 19-inch monitor? It's going to be a Mac Mini, M1 Mac Mini. I bought one used from local ads marketplace. I got the cheapest one, you know, the one that has I believe 125 gig, which is basically too small to run anything video or any game or software that makes sense. But to do like streaming, I don't need to have drive. 8 gigs of RAM is usually more than enough, and I can do some video playback out of it, and I don't need file that big. If I do, I have a hard drive and I don't keep file on it. So it's basically the software, the operating system, and that's it. Hold on. You know, I like to run my cables inside the thing if I can. So I have my power here. I can show you guys what I'm doing. I thought it would be only a second, but I can show you guys. Let's go to the other side. Da-da-da-da. So instead of my tape here, oh, this one's gone. Instead of having a piece of tape here, I'm gonna take it off and I'm gonna run to my. I'm gonna run straight to my screen. So that's gonna be for eventually my computer, my Mac Mini. It's a 2-pin power. I'm gonna have probably too many power, but I'm driving this one under the VESA mount. So the screen, there you go, fits right there. Okay, now I'm gonna need to move the other two out of the way. And this one I can, yeah, it's not pulling on anything now, so it's good. I'm gonna plug that in the bottom. The plate here is perfectly aligned with the bottom of the monitor, which is great. So we're gonna do this here. That's gonna be awesome. Eventually, I'm probably gonna zip tie that to one of these hole right there. I have some zip tie hole that I can use, so zip tie that eventually. For now, I'm gonna run everything on the other side. I'm gonna run the power for the ATEM. And that's gonna be it. I have a couple video contract coming in with this thing, so I hope I will recover the cost of that upgrade, because when I factor in everything, you know, the dual screen was a little overkill, or was a real upgrade. If I factor in the case, if I factor in the screen, you know, shelves. The shelf cost me for a package with, you know, other rack gear, other rack screen. A guy had that in his garage. You know, we all know the drill. You accumulate some stuff and at some point you just go like, okay, I'm gonna end up selling that on marketplace for dirt cheap. Basically what he did, and that was $75 for a couple shelf and other rack gear, you know, rack mesh that maybe I'm gonna put here at some point, maybe to close the back here because you don't have much to do. So I'm probably gonna close that. And the screen was around $600 with shipping and taxes, import fee. $75 shelf. The case was $350. It's gonna rank up really fast to $1,000, just for, you know, not the ATEM, not the screen, not the computer, just for the rack. For now, that's gonna be my power. I'm good with this thing. I just need to figure out the ATEM mini power. I know it's here somewhere. I know I put it somewhere nearby. There we go. And oh, really nice. It's barely fitting in here in the back of the power bar, so I will be able to put like a piece of foam, or actually no, I will be able to put a zip tie to hold the ATEM power supply down in the back of the little power bar there. And can I run this over that connector? Yes, I could. And I'm gonna write that down the same place I put the other one. Eventually I'm gonna zip tie everything, but again, this is just for my show tomorrow. I need to take the shelf out, so I'm not gonna be too crazy about you know, I'm probably gonna zip tie that whole bunch of wire on the rail here, but for today I can probably just do this and call it a day. Because actually I want to call it a day. I want to go to bed. I want to go to bed without you. Oh, that's a Simple Plan song. I don't want to go to bed without you. I don't want to go. Oh, I don't want to get demonetized. Okay. Well, I think I have everything that I need to do a quick test. The only thing that I need to do is to run HDMI from the screen to one of the ports in the back. So HDMI from here somewhere. That's probably DisplayPort. Okay, HDMI from the back of the screen here, temporarily connecting to output 1. Output 1, I have option to select what I want to use or what I want to see on the ATEM, so I can switch between stuff from there. I think if I'm putting this here, I will be good to go. We can flip that around and power it up. It's so clean in the back. One plate. And yet, like, it's not even clean. It's not clean. And with that thing at the front. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just enough space to control the ATEM. This is a 11 space rack. Ideally, I would say 12 would have been better. You know, that extra one rack U would have given me the space that I would need. Let me grab a power bar. That is powering up the camera, but it's okay. We're gonna grab a power bar. We're gonna plug that thing in and see if the magic smoke come out or not. Hey, look at that thing! Lighting up like a Christmas tree. Yay! I got it! I probably have super source nothing. Probably have. Oh, I got nothing on it. I got nothing in this thing. Can I connect something to it just to see if it works? I don't have a computer with the ATEM software on it, but it's... Oh, actually, hold on, because I'm not in multi-view. There we go. Multi-view! I probably have some, some stuff that I don't think it's bad if you guys see it or not. But that's not gonna be what I will see. The preview will be on the smaller screen. That's gonna be the streaming computer. It's gonna be at the front or at the top. I could live with this because I've lived with it so far, only having one screen. But I really like the fact that I can have the small screen that is going to tell me the 2 physical HDMI output on it, and having the computer just as a controller for it. I think it's going to be better. I can try to fire up the free world and see if it light ups, because I didn't try it. I would like to at least try it before getting rid of the packaging and everything. So we're gonna try it. I have the power supply somewhere. Yes, I do. Gonna plug that in the back. Hold on, guys. Fitting up big power supply is an issue on those things, and I don't want to electrocute myself at the same time. So DC power on here. Is it doing anything? Do I need to? Hey, it's lighting up. Man, those screens look good. For too small screen, they look really good. So basically, that's gonna go at the front. Hold on, let me do it at the front. Never mind. That's gonna be at the bottom here. That's gonna be the controller, and as soon as I cut down my shelf again, I'll be able to drop in the Mac Mini with this thing. It's beginning to be heavy, to be honest. It's probably gonna end up in just a little south of 50 pounds, which to carry, it's a little on the heavy side. Okay, just for fun, I'm gonna try unplugging the screen and plug in one of the HDMI screen. Do I need the longer one? I need a longer one. Okay, let's go with screen number one. Input. Is it doing anything? And I'm gonna go with the pass-through, because this thing has the beauty of this thing. It has a HDMI pass-through, so I should theoretically be able to connect both screen together. Hold on. Almost there, almost there. All right, 2 HDMI out. Is gonna get there, and I should, if everything's connected correctly, I should have HDMI. Yep, I have both. Both, they are displaying the multi-view. Cheap viewers on, okay, no, that's just Twitch. Sorry guys, that's just Twitch giving me some hard time. Let me take a look around. Man, that screen is looking good. That little, you guys probably have a hard time seeing it, but that screen is looking real good for a small 7-inch. Like, it's good to give me a program out. I can judge if the screen is, like, if the stream is passable. I can tell if stuff isn't focused or not. Almost better than the big screen. And can I, just for fun, go, not that screen, but loop through that screen and have the two displaying the same thing? I should. Come on. It should be. Yay! And I have the multi-view option. Maybe it's a little small for the multi-view, but for, like, no, I could probably live with that for the multi-view. One program, one multi-view, and calling it a day. Actually, I'm really happy with this thing. They also make a 3 5-inch version. You know, it's a 3 rack space. Yeah, 3 rack space and 3 5-inch screen. Maybe I'm gonna purchase something. Who would have thought that Feel World looks like a good brand, or at least passable LED screen? When I not my LED screen, view screen, preview screen. It's night and day better than the Blackmagic one, from what I saw. All right. For now, I'm gonna call it a day. It's been a long night. I don't know how long I've been streaming, but it's been a long night. I'm gonna remove that before I break it, because I really like it, so I don't want to break it. Put that back in the box. Move that out of the way. That's gonna be good for my event tomorrow. So, camera unplugging and everything. All right. How many cameras? It can do up to 8 camera. And if you have the Blackmagic camera, you can control them at a distance. You can have, you know, focus, color, all the parameters that you would control on the camera. You can do it with or without being in back of the camera. You can zoom in, zoom out, focus and color correct live from the display, from the ATEM. That's a feature from the ATEM. It allows you to control Blackmagic camera. It doesn't work with Sony. I'm using Sony. I have FX30s, which are really good camera, by the way. But it's never going to be compatible with the Blackmagic stuff. Anyhow, I don't care. I really like that rig. It's not the lightest rig anymore. I used to just show up with my little metal briefcase to a gig. But man, this is looking way better. This is looking pro. Fake it till you make it, right? And yeah, also this controller especially has a lot of feature for like doing picture on picture. It's you don't need anything else than the ATEM to stream a full show. You can stream from that thing to Teams, Facebook, Twitch, whatever platform. All you need is an Ethernet connection or internet connection, and you just need to set it up with a computer. After that, you can unplug the computer, and if you use a reusable streaming key, like most people probably do, like I'm doing for all my streams, you don't have to connect a computer to it. If you set it up for a show and you only want to do one like type of show with it, let's say that probably the most popular thing is church. If you guys do your church setup with it, once it's set up, you don't have a computer. You don't need to have a computer, and you don't need. I'm just gonna try not to fall too much. You don't need anything else. You can set that thing up pretty much with a Raspberry Pi connected to it. There is an iPad app if you really want to go crazy with it. You can store macros if you want to have different setup for multi-views. This thing is just crazy. And that's the older version. That's the ATEM Extreme first generation. The second generation has XLR in the back. It still has the same amount of feature. HDMI in, 3 HDMI out on the new version. I don't think I'm gonna spring for it because it's more expensive. It's about $2,000 US, $2,000 US. So I don't know if I want to spend that kind of money on a device that still work really good for what I want to do. But you can stream on Teams straight out of that thing, and it's just gonna work. It's crazy. I love it. It's a great purchase that I did for all my video needs. That's the, like, most of the time I switch laptop. I have a LED screen to control, and I'm streaming, and I can do that all from one device. Easy peasy. All right, guys, it's been a long night. It's been really warm in here. Time for me to take a shower, go to bed. I got a gig tomorrow with that thing. and we'll let you guys know how I'm doing with that thing. Stream schedule will be all over the place for like the next couple of weeks. I'm crazy busy right now. I'm working pretty much not 24/7, but I'm working 7 days a week. I'm like building stuff after hour. Tomorrow I need to work from noon till 8 or 9, coming back at home probably noon to 10 tomorrow after the show is done, wrapping up, coming back home, and I have another one every day pretty much for the next days. Really need some vacation, so I will see you whenever I can. I do not promise anything. It's going to be random live streams from now on. I need to work on techie stuff, so we'll do it with you guys. On that note, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for spending your time with me working on geeky stuff that we care about. See you later.